In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use Rollup Helper to generate a count of closed cases for each of your accounts. Rollup Helper is a product that's on the App Exchange. It's actually the only product on the App Exchange that will allow you to roll up or aggregate information between any related object, and it's powered by Passage technology. For those of you who aren't aware, with standard rollup summary fields, there's a lot of restrictions when you can use them. For example, if you have 10 rollup summary fields on an object, you can't create 11th rollup summary field. So your rollups quickly can get used up, and it's a hard limit on the platform. You can't go over that quantity. Also, if you want to do rollup on related objects which aren't master detail related objects, or having a lookup or a relationship that is a master detail type of relationship, you also can't do those rollups. So if for any lookup relationships that you have, you simply cannot do rollups unless you have a custom coded trigger. So it's a big time saver to use Rollup Helper. And what I'm going to show you is how to just quickly generate that count. So as you can see here, we have an account called General Motors, which does not have a closed case count. So in this example, we're just going to sum up the total number of closed cases. And to do that, we actually need to help Rollup Helper to do that summation. So we need to create a formula field that's going to have a value of 1 in it for every record that we have that's a case, so that we're simply just counting all the related cases for an account, and that's in effect giving us the sum of, or the count of, those records. So all we have to do is click on your name and go into the setup menu, and we have to drill into the customize menu option and go into cases and then fields, and then scroll down to where you can create a new custom field and click the new button, and then create a new formula field. The data type for the formula field, which we'll call case count for this example, should be a number formula field, and you can have no decimal places and click next. It's up to you if you want to have how you want the actual formula field to have the value 1 in it. It may be that you want to add some criteria to say only in this condition should it be a 1. So it's conditional count in this circumstance. But in this case, we want to count all the cases, and we'll be able to use the filtering capability within the rollup setting to be able to filter out the ones that we don't want to sum up. So the most important thing, though, is when you're entering the formula for the number formula, make sure you enter a 1. So in all cases, it'll have the value 1. So click next, and then you can choose whether or not you want to have your profiles have access to this field or display the field on the page layouts. So I'm going to go ahead and click next through this wizard to save the custom field. So I've created my source field, and now I can go and click on the Rollups tab to be able to start the wizard for Rollup Helper to create my rollup setting. So I click the new button, which will start the wizard. And since I want this count to be on the account page, I'm going to select the link next to account for my target object. That's where the results of the rollup will be. And then I can select the field that I had already created that's my target field where the results of the count will be stored. In this case, it's called the closed case count field. So I'm going to select that field, my target field. And then on step 3, this is the most important page of the wizard. It's kind of bringing everything together. It's where you select the source or source object or the related list for the account. In this case, we want to pull in case information, so I'm going to select case. The page will refresh, and you can select the source field that we created in the previous step. And so we're going to basically do a sum of the case count field. So that's how you do the count. And since I only want to do this for closed cases, I want to add a filter by clicking to create new filter. And I'm going to call this closed cases, this filter closed cases. And I want to actually only have cases counted where they're closed. So I want to select a closed field, have the operator set to equals, and then true. And then click the add button to add that to my criteria. And I'm going to click save, and it'll take me back to the rollup setting where in step 3 I can define the summary calculation. And I want to select that filter and click save. Now you'll be taken back to the rollups page where you see all your rollups, and you'll see the one rollup we just created. Now I want to test this rollup, so I'm going to click run, which will take me to a run page with various options. If you have the Enterprise Edition, these changes will happen for you in real time or on a schedule that you set. Or if you're using one of your limited scheduled rollups in the free version, Community Edition, you'll also be able to run these on a schedule. But for testing purposes or refresh your database, you can click the Run Once button to run it for your records. Once you click the button to run it, Rollup Helper will run a batch job to be able to run the rollup settings. In this case, the one rollup setting to roll up the case count field and summarize it to the account page. I'm going to go back to General Motors, the account, to see if the Rollup Helper had run yet. As you can see, the value 1 has been placed into the closed case count field, meaning that the batch job had calculated the appropriate number for this account, and it would have done it for all the other accounts. And you didn't have to write any custom code for this or bother with any reports. It's information that now you can use in a workflow, in a formula field, in further rollups. It's really helpful. So that concludes the video. If you have any questions on how to do a count, feel free to log a question on our community portal or to check out our training site, or feel free for those customers of Enterprise Edition to reach out to support@passagetech.com. Have a wonderful day.